Hello everyone. I have a little bit of a froggy voice, sorry. Hopefully it will clear up because I have some coffee too. So today I have for you the Scrapbooking Boys to Men with Susanna. I am going to be using the gorgeous Jen Hadfield's Reaching Out collection. And I chose this collection because that blue matched my photos when I was flipping through all of my supplies and trying to decide what I wanted to use. And then I went ahead and started to go through it and realized that there were all these plants and houses, which was just perfect for my photo. So we are doing letter Y today. Susanna and I are almost finished. Well, it's actually Susanna's series. I just hop in and play along now and then. And so I'm going to do the last two with her, Y and Z. And I am going completely lame-o with my title today. I just went with your, because I'm going to have a really hard time with Z in 2 weeks. And so I figured, we'll just keep it easy for this week, right? Right. Okay. So I decided that I really want to use this full sheet of potted plants as my background. These potted plants are on a pretty dark background, so I'm going to try to lighten it up as much as I can. Starting with a horizontal strip of 2 patterns, this gorgeous blue and then that kind of leafy pattern. So my layout is going to document my son's happy place, Mr. Logan. His happy place is in his room with his guitars and his plants. I started to put down this blue paper and realized that I needed my T-square ruler because the way that these little potted plants horizontally go across my pattern, it is going to look so crooked if I don't use the T-square ruler and get it lined up just so. So I just pulled it up, grabbed my T-square ruler, and then we're going to go ahead and place the blue down and then this lighter pattern planty paper. We're going to create a horizontal layout, but it's going to have a bit of a vertical element to it as well. And I'm going to go ahead and get that started here. I just needed to make everything straight. For whatever reason, everything that I cut with, it was crooked. Maybe my trimmer is needing some work. I don't know. Oh, and then I stuck the pattern paper to my photo. I love it when that happens. Not really. So I, at this point, put down the green paper, turned my camera off, reprinted my photo because now it is covered in glue goo. We'll say glue goo. And then I rematted my photo and completely started over. See, you guys, I left this in just for all of you who always comment. Thank you for leaving in the parts where you mess up your layout. There you go. I do the same thing all of you do. I promise. I'm not immune to the crazy. I'm just going to go ahead and trim everything up. Now I can go back and reprint my photo and start over. All better now. I am just going to go ahead and punch some circles out with this older circle punch. If you would like to know anything about my printer that I use or the paper that I use, I always print my photos from home. And if you go to my channel under the Hybrid Bootcamp playlist, you will find all the information on my printer, the paper I use, all that stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and punch some circles. I wanted to use this house paper because it does have a white background, so it's going to kind of lighten up everything on this page. You guys know how much I'm not a fan of the dark patterns or backgrounds or collections, but potted plants, you guys, I couldn't resist this one. So we're going to have to make it work by adding some light colors and kind of breaking up that dark background. So I punched some circles with the white house paper, and then I'm going to also punch a couple circles using more of that green leafy print. And then I'm just going to make a really small vertical line. So the vertical line I'm going to create does not go from the top to the bottom. It kind of starts at the top, but then it kind of disappears towards the bottom. Doesn't make it all the way to the bottom. Love that. It keeps your eye on the photo. It keeps your eye where your eyes need to be. But it also kind of breaks up that dark background. Super simple way to break up a dark background. So I layered some up. I'm going to have them kind of floating down, and then I'm going to add some things on top of it. It's not just going to be the circles all by themselves, right? I'm also having those circles interact both with the edge of my background paper as well as the photo, and that again helps to draw your eye through the layout correctly. Next, I'm going to go ahead and kind of fill in some of these circles. So I'm going to add a little speech bubble and some of these cute little gold foiled leaves, just a couple of things to kind of spice up that area, so to speak. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some pop dots. I recently did a huge purge of my scrapbook room, cleaned everything, all that fun stuff. And I found so many like old pop dots that I'm trying super hard to use them up. You guys know that my favorite foam adhesive is from Spiegel Mom Scraps, either the Big Mama foam tape or the tabby dots. But I have some of this older foam tape hanging around my stash apparently. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to use up as much of it as I possibly can. So I think these tiny little ones that I'm using now might be from scrapbook.com. I don't remember. Anyway, adding some foam squares to this little speech bubble, popping it up. And then I think I added some foam squares to these leaves. And I think at some point during this process, I give up on the foam squares that I'm not really a fan of, and I pull out my tabby dots. Because let's face it, they just make life easier. I knew when I started this layout, houses, I wanted to use all the houses and all the plants. Logan is a homebody. He doesn't like to leave his house. He loves his plants. He loves his guitars. And so this particular photo just represents my youngest son 100% in his happy place. And that's what we're going to title this layout, Your Happy Place. So I am using the wood grain houses that were part of this collection as kind of like the background. And then here, see, told you, pulled out the tabby dots. Then I'm going to grab my tabby dots and I'm going to pop up the more detailed houses so that the detailed houses are like in the front. And then these kind of wood grain houses are in the background. And I think that this turned out really super cute. I love how it turned out. And I'm going to add a couple more. So initially here, you're going to see me put down the die cuts. And then later on in my process, I am going to grab the sticker sheet and add a couple of more houses so that they actually span the entire bottom of that section of my layout. I'm going to go ahead and work on my title. I'm going to grab my favorite gold foil Grove thickers, and I'm going to go ahead and spell my title out with that. I chose these thickers because the gold foil will perfectly match the gold foil that is part of other areas of my layout. And because it's all American Crafts, the gold foil matches, like it doesn't look off. So that was why I chose to use these thickers as opposed to maybe grabbing a die or trying to stamp the title. I just felt like this would work, and it got some thickers used up and on a page, which you know is my biggest goal right now. I should post for you guys a photo of my thicker storage and how I have so many. I have so much less. I've used up so many, and I've been very good. I haven't bought any. I am still planning on buying puffy stickers from Pink Fresh and the foam stickers from Simple Stories, just to have a couple of lettering options for days when I just don't want to die cut or stamp. So know that definitely I'm not like jettisoning all letter stickers from my stash. but I'm also not planning on having a huge selection. I'm just going to have just some neutral, basic colors here and there, but just no thickers. Okay, I am using my T-square ruler to go ahead and get my title nice and straight. I know because of the lighting in my room that it might be a little hard to see all that foil, but it's there and it's adorable. I have just a bit of journaling to add to this layout, and also my date stamp. So I'm just going to add a little lined label. These are printable lined labels that are from the Cold Jones 911 shop. Love these printable lined labels. And I'm going to go ahead now and add some of these adorable stickers to different areas of my layout. Here's where I fill in those houses, and I'm going to add the potted plants up by my title. Then the close-ups, you'll be able to see that little bit of journaling and the date stamp. But I was filming on my phone, which is where the information for the photo was located. So I had to wait till I was finished filming before I added the journaling and the date. I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these houses up. And I'm also going to go ahead and pop one of the plants up. And as you can see, I've jettisoned the other foam tape and reached for my favorite. I'll get through those other ones eventually, but I could only use them for so long because the back is so hard to get off, and I was like, ugh. So I went to my old favorite. Okay, I think I'm just adding pop dots here. I don't even know why I left this part in. Editing videos is one of my least favorite chores, I'll just have you know. Okay, so I popped up that plant right there, and then I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the edges where I had a little bit of an overhang. I think this layout's pretty much done. I don't recall adding anything else but those. Oh, that's right. No. I added hearts. I wanted a little more color on that vertical strip that goes on my layout. So I'm just going to add some blues and some orangey hearts. Just kind of make those clusters, fill them out a little bit, add a little bit more pizzazz to them, so to speak. And once I have those cute little heart stickers where I'd like them, that's where we're going to call this layout done. Be sure to head over and check out Susanna's video. I'm super curious to see if she went the U route too for her title. And I will see you all again this week. You know, my channel is hopping. A huge shout out to all of our new subscribers. We have quite a few. Kind of got a little bit of a subscriber boost there. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.